I was 14. I was spending the night at my father's place after he had recently divorced my mum and moved out on his own. Both of my parents were heavily using drugs at the time, and I was old enough to be painfully aware of it. I was frustrated with my dad for many reasons, as you can imagine. But that night made it even worse. It was the night of my high school prom. I was only a freshman and wasn't invited, but many of my friends were dating upperclassmen and were going, so I had major FOMO. Later that evening, my dad told me he was going to run to the store. He walked out, and I didn't think much of it, since I had grown used to that kind of sketchy behavior. A few hours passed, and I started to worry because he still hadn't come back, and I hadn't heard from him. Then I heard a knock at the front door. When I opened it, several police officers were standing there, with squad cars lining the street and flashing lights lighting up the entire block. They told me they had received a call about a physical altercation at the house. Before I could even process what was happening, one of the officers gently moved past me, walked through the house, and opened the back door. The backyard was covered in blood, and lying near the side of the driveway was a baseball bat. That moment began a 3-week investigation. My father had been beaten and kidnapped by people he owed money to because of his drug use. He was eventually found in the basement of an abandoned building outside of town, his hands tied behind his back to a chair. He continued struggling with addiction for another year or so before finally going to treatment. Today, he has been sober for 12 years, and every single day I'm grateful that he survived.